All right, so I'm starting off in Jet's guard. Again, I'm going to be trying to protect my elbows at all times, and it's always about the elbows here, right? If when I start to break open his guard, if I start to bring one elbow outside of his guard and I'll leave one in, I'm going to be set up for a triangle. So I want to try to avoid that. So for right now, I'm going to go ahead and put my palms right into his diaphragm here, keeping my elbows low. I'm not digging them into his hip because, again, that's going to I just piss him off. It's not going to really do much to open up his guard. And now I'm going to tuck my tailbone like a scared dog as I lift up, pressing his hips down into the ground. I want to make sure I've got a nice firm post here, middle of the road, and break open, keeping my elbows buried. Now I'm going to swim both my arms under. I can go one at a time, but I need to make sure that this other arm, my elbow is behind his thigh. If he starts to reach up and try to grab this wrist here, I need to swim the other one back in, right? Otherwise I'm going to get stuck in that triangle. I'm going to come low here, and I'm going to get my elbows below his hip here. I'm going to go for a gable grip here. Notice I'm covering my thumbs here. Now, if Jet was to try to push his hips down, his heels down to the ground, right, getting his hips nice and high here, and I try to do the stack pack, so Jet try to get a lot heavier with him, straightening out, and I try to, right, I can't get him to go anywhere, right? So what I need to do is I need to pull him up onto my hips. So now even if he tries to drive his heels down to the ground, he can't stop this stack. Okay, I'm putting all my weight onto his shoulders. I'm going to stack up, and I'm going to turn the corner and look off his legs until I complete that pass. Now, granted, a lot of you guys are doing like pro and pro mission and that type of thing. So if I come under here and Jet was to like lock up his ankles like he's trying to do like a head scissors and he straightens out his legs and all that, it doesn't matter as much. Because once I come up here, even if he tries to squeeze my neck as hard as he can, I'm still going to be able to look off those legs. So he's not going to be able to hold that. So again, I'm going to start off here with my palms into his diaphragm. When I'm ready to start to make my move here, I'm going to move to his hips. I'm going to tuck my tailbone like a scared dog, and I'm going to raise up. I'm not going too far forward here, and I'm trying to put all my weight down onto his hip bones. Knee to the center of his butt. I push back. My elbows, my forearms more are getting heavy onto his thighs here. Now I'm going to come in, double under, boom. Elbows below the hips. I need to get really low here. A lot of times people are going to be really high here. So if Jet were to straighten out one of his legs and start to turn out, he can start to bring that out. But if I get really low here and he tries to do that, I've got really good control here. So he can't turn his hips to start to get that leg out, right? So I can stack and then look off. Now, it's going to be the same principle of if we ended up doing a single under pass. So there might be a reason why I might not have the time to get this other arm out. So if I swim this one out, I can go palm up, cover, and I've just got that one leg here. Now my elbow's back, so if Jet tries to go for a triangle here, he's not going to be able to complete it. I can get this wrist out pretty easily here, and it's going to be the same principle. I'm going to stack and look off. All right, so for the last iteration of this, right, if I did end up in this position and Jet does get a triangle on me, right, I'm going to start looking up the moment I know that I'm in trouble here. Maybe I can't get this arm out. He's protecting that. So Jet, go ahead and walk up the triangle here, right, and I'm going to keep my posture up and I'm going to keep looking up. Notice I'm trying to bring him back to me so his hips are over my hips, just like before. That way, like, if he tries to finish this triangle, he's not going to be able to, right? I've got all the space. So from here, I can stack, look off his legs, and sink into this reverse switch base. So it's going to be the same concept no matter what reason we end up in this position, right? Whether I broke up in his guard, I was able to get to that single under, or he starts to set up that triangle. Regardless of what it is, I can still stack him, and you see I'm bringing his knees to his nose, and that's going to make it very hard for him to hold on to this. And then I just turn my hips and look his legs off, shooting my arm through, and gathering up his legs so I get into this reverse switch base. Usually from here, I'm probably going to transition to the mount. All right?